If you needed one example of how Fox simply does not know what to do when it comes to Gavin Newsom, here you go.
The other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over." And if you really, he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious.
So the thing about Gavin Newsom, quote, making a fool of himself, is that he is literally imitating Donald Trump. This isn't Newsom just concocting a new persona out of whole cloth. He is literally just doing Trump. And the fact that a Fox News host whose job is to cover Trump can't see that is a testament to the cognitive dissonance at play. Dana Perino then targets Newsom's wife, saying that if she was Newsom's wife, she would tell him that he's making a fool of himself. Again, he's doing a bit of Trump. So might I suggest that Dana Perino call up Melania Trump and offer up the same advice? But of course she won't, because part of being a Republican today is that Trump gets graded on a curve. But the best line, bar none, is when she says he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little more serious. Just so I'm understanding here, Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is directly imitating the president of the United States, but him imitating the president is somehow disqualifying from being president. Please, someone, make it make sense. And let's be clear, it's not just Dana Perino.
Gavin Newsom, meantime, posting this on X, Liz, using all capitals, of course, trying to mock Trump, use Trump style. He's been doing this for a while now. He says, quoting, Trump just fled the podium with Putin. No questions, nothing. Total low energy. The man looked like he'd just eaten 3 buckets of KFC with Vlad. Admit it, Donnie J. You're terrified because this was the worst week of your life because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. I think he's trying to be funny. I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And you're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
Honestly, I feel like he's trying so hard to be Trump, but he's coming off like Kanye West. He seems absolutely insane.
It comes across as childish, says the network that paid $787 million for lying on behalf of Donald Trump, the guy who tweets out mindless screeds on a daily basis, the guy who makes fun of, mocks, insults anyone and everyone. Yes, thank God we've got Republicans, the MAGA GOP, to finally serve as the adults in the room. If anyone could elevate the national discourse, it's this guy's political party.
How are you doing? How old are you, Coleman?
Thank you so much.
7, wow, that's pretty good, right? Is everything good? You're doing well in school? Are you still a believer in Santa? Because at 7 it's marginal, right?
Not gonna put the glasses on.
He will. Got it.
Yep, that is some serious adults in the room energy we're getting here. This Fox host also says, you are the governor of the biggest state in the union, what are you doing? So again, it's a bad thing when a governor does the Trump shtick because he's got a whole state to run, but it's okay when the president does it, even though he's got an entire country to run? I mean, honestly, all Newsom is doing here is shining a spotlight on what Trump is currently doing, how he currently acts, and how he's always acted. And yet, these people are so mired in partisanship that they are literally incapable of seeing why it's bad when Newsom merely imitates Trump, but Trump doing it in earnest is totally fine. I mean, hell, it's not even just Fox. Here's News Nation.
It's a troll. And I think when you talk about, like, what's the purpose of this? And obviously the purpose, according to Gavin Newsom, who has spoken out about this and says, oh yeah, I'm trying to shine a light on the ridiculousness that we have of the sitting president acting like this on social media. Well, then shouldn't you be focused on more important things in the world, like maybe doing for your state? I don't know. There's a massive wildfire earlier this year that still has not had any cleanup and rebuilding going on. We've seen a lot of reporting on that. So why are you spending your time trolling, literally using that term, trolling Donald Trump.
And he did make the point, you know, he did say, if you have a problem with what I'm putting out and all these images, then you should have a problem with what the president is putting out. Does he make a good point there?
I think that it's the kind of point that maybe you make in 2015, 2016, maybe 2017, you get away with that. Listen, he's been president. We saw the way he is on social media for the entire campaign in 2015 and 2016.
And that's the game. It's okay when Trump does it because he's been doing it since 2015. So Trump's lunacy is excused. He can say and do whatever insane things he wants because we expect it. But we also expect Democrats to be the adults in the room. And so when they're not, when they don't act in accordance to the bar imposed only for them, then they get ripped apart in the media, on Fox News, on News Nation. Do you see how these Republicans have set up two tiers of expectations for Democrats and Republicans? Republicans have historically been clowns, so the bar is to act like clowns, and if they meet that bar, that bargain basement bar, then they're doing great. But Democrats have always been the adults, and so the bar is set high, and so they can't fall beneath that bar or they get excoriated by Republicans. Trump can make fun of sexually assaulting women, he can lie about his involvement with Epstein, he can kowtow to dictators, he can embroil us in a trade war, he can stare directly into a fucking solar eclipse. All of that is perfectly acceptable because our expectations are on the floor. But if a Democrat does any of those things, well, pull out the fainting couch and conjure up those smelling salts. The tan suit brigade is coming into town, and I'll tell you what, they are not happy. The reality is that the reason these Republicans are melting down is because they don't know how to handle the fact that Newsom is exposing the humiliating behavior that they themselves have supported and normalized. All Newsom's doing is acting as a mirror, and it's embarrassing for them. They would love for him to stop because then the stuff that they approve of, that they've been approving of for years, wouldn't be so obvious to the rest of the country. And to that I say, lean in. And if I have the opportunity to help that process of leaning in, well, clearly, I'll take it. I have a tweet here.
Which one's this?
This is, well, what I would love is to have you read this in your voice. If you'd like to just take a shot at it.
Well, I mean, wow. Tomorrow, history will be made. Now, I'm not going to be as effectively as the person that you may recognize is on Truth Social, but in this case, we pushed this out on Twitter. Caroline Leavitt will have no answers for this.
Well, hold on. I don't want you to breeze right through the brilliant. Go on. It's not just Caroline Leavitt.
Caroline
Leavitt. That's right.
Of no answers for the supposed fake media about California's beautiful, big, beautiful maps. People are saying that that were the greatest maps. They're just saying this. They are, Brian. People are saying they're greatest maps.
Many people have heard them.
Ever created. Even better than Christopher Columbus's. Donald the Failure Trump, be warned that tomorrow may be the worst day of your life, all because you missed the deadline. He misses a lot of deadlines. Liberation Day for America, GCN. I should have said thank you for your attention to this matter.
I did go on to ask Newsom why he was doing this, and his answer, despite what these Fox hosts are whining about, does make perfect sense. So what gave you the idea to, on this idea of fighting fire with fire, to literally adopt his rhetorical genius?
Gloves off, man. Just gloves off. It's all on the line. It's it. Like enough. You know, you're wearing a tie. Took my tie off. Take the tie off.
That's right.
Like it's it. Don't dream of regretting. I said that this is not no do-over. This is it. Wake up to what's going on in this country. And I'll iterate, I'll try anything. That's what that represents. I'm just trying to break through, man. I'm just trying to be accountable.
He's using it to break through. And guess what? He is. The whole country's watching him. And he's using that attention responsibly in that he is drawing eyeballs to the reality of what's going on. That we are contending with a Republican Party, with a MAGA GOP, with Donald Trump that does not want democracy anymore. The future of this country hangs in the balance. And 100 times out of 100, I'd opt for a Democrat who understands the stakes and will figure out a way to garner attention so that Americans can, to use his own words, wake the fuck up to what's going on. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on the screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.